Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hardworking farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Put it up. Sir, welcome to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Today we are meeting our farmer and his son at a very special place.
Mr. Francis and Innocent.
Yes.
What is special about this?
Hello, welcome, please.
Thank you.
This is the first brick house, Uganda.
You mean in Masaka, right?
Uganda.
What?
1892.
1892.
Let's go and show another place.
Another house built in
This is serious.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
1892.
Oh my God.
This is the church I was baptized in 1943.
And it was like this?
It was grassy.
From 1943.
Oh, before independence.
At 79 years old, Francis Ssemakula is the treasure trove of the history of Villa Maria, Masaka.
Let me take you to another place, my home.
His home is just 3 kilometers away in Kakunyu village.
Francis has been a farmer for over 50 years, even though he studied political science, project management and community development in Europe in the late 1960s.
It was a long time ago, but he came back changed. One thing stuck in his mind.
Discipline. Because they are disciplined people. The discipline involves a lot of things. Time. Even driving. These people who drive here cannot drive in Britain because the people are disciplined. After you. Here, me first.
Francis has been the chairman of his parish and a councillor for over 50 years, but he cherishes farming above all else.
He has a 10-acre farm and has given additional 6 acres to his son Innocent, who is also a school teacher. But Innocent wants to listen in and learn from our expert.
They both grow coffee, bananas, maize.
Francis also has a cow and chicken, but he has some challenges.
That's why we are here with our experts, Aki. But let's start with our farmer's favorite crop, coffee.
Profitable, yes. Easy to manage, easy to sell, and I've lived with it for almost 70 years. And I have a family. They have gone to school through getting money from coffee.
Francis has 7 acres of coffee, and last season he made 18 million shillings out of his harvest. He knows he can get 3 times more, but he has had many challenges. However, for our expert Andrew Magombe of Cafe Africa, some challenges are more pressing than others.
I'm Ssemakula. You have intercropped with cassava and maize. Those are heavy feeders. They are crops that compete with coffee. We need crops that complement the coffee, not those that compete with coffee. Those are heavy feeders. Then the complementing ones, those that support the coffee. Banana is very, very good. Then the legumes, the beans, those are okay. Beans, nuts, they're okay. One of the biggest challenge I can see are weeds. There are many weeds, and the weeds are almost choking the coffee.
I'm thinking if the coffee tree is up there, the weeds can as well be down here.
When you have the weeds, they are competing with the plant for nutrients. Actually, you can see the farmer, you have even left the weeds to go into the feeding zone of the coffee. So the weeds are really picking the nutrients away. So in the end, you end up with small berries and probably few berries actually. So that is a very big challenge. It will affect your yield.
The Shamba is in blocks. So when you walk down, it is not the same.
Yeah, but there might be a reason. You might be having a secret why you have partially left this block
Exactly.
with these weeds. Can we share that? Can you tell us
There
that?
is no secret, only that we began slashing down there,
Okay.
coming up.
Why haven't you reached here?
Human labor,
Oh, that's the issue.
yes.
Okay.
You see the problem here. When you stamp, you get more these weeds.
I like the observation, really. When you stamp out the old trees like he has done, it means the weeds are getting light.
Yes.
So they can grow very fast.
Very fast.
So it means part of the management practice that goes with stamping
Yes.
is weed management.
Weed management.
So, our expert wants to show us proper weeding techniques.
Now, if we are in rainy season,
Yes.
and you know that there's moisture in the soil, weeding can be done using the hoe. But the type of hoe we use is the forked hoe. The other ordinary hoe destroys more of the root hairs, which are supposed to be the hands, the feeding parts of the coffee tree. So this is how we do it. See? You just loosen the soil. You loosen the soil around. You go around, especially the canopy, where the leaves end.
Okay.
Is where the feeding zone is. So for a coffee plant, the most important part to keep weed free is where these leaves end, because that's where the root hairs concentrate, these ones. If it is in dry season, we don't recommend digging. We recommend slashing. In dry season, if at all you dig, you expose the soil to loss of moisture. So that's why we don't dig during the dry season. We recommend that we only slash.
Wow, 79 years old. But look at him.
The thing is becoming sweet for him. Yes, exercise, you just feel you're sweating instead of the gym. Yeah, he knows he's supposed to cut this cassava off because it's a weed. It's not supposed to be here.
It is not very difficult for me because when you're a farmer, you become healthy. It is healthy and a healthy job. And you can stay longer because you have a lot of exercise.
So, to sum up, don't plant cassava, maize or sugarcane in your plantation. Intercrop your coffee with bananas or beans and get rid of the weeds because they compete for nutrients with your coffee.
Francis loves his chicken, and he had 200 until a disease called gumboro wiped them out. He has remained with only 50 layers, but he intends to get more. So, we brought in our expert, Michael Omol from CKL Africa, to advise him on hygiene in chicken houses, especially after such a devastating outbreak.
Whoa. Whoa. So, you don't have a disinfectant here, yeah? This is where the birds stay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel the smell that is just coming out?
I do feel it. Yes.
Are you comfortable with the birds here?
No, I'm not comfortable. Yes.
Even for me, I'm not feeling comfortable because at least we need some proper ventilation with the birds.
Yes.
But I see they're a good number. How many are they here?
Around 50.
50, yeah? I think they are well spread, which is okay. But then my main problem is there is no air enough in here.
It
I don't know what you have thought of doing.
So I've already thought of removing them to the next room.
Okay, let's see the room. I mean, it's best if we get to see the room.
It is here.
Yeah?
Next.
Okay. So this is the new house?
It's the new house.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Good. You can feel it. This is much better, yeah?
Much better.
Yeah.
It's cleaner.
So it's looking clean. I don't know what you have used. How did you clean the place?
I've used the jig and put it some in the spray pump and sprayed the whole house.
That's a good thing to do.
Michael, just for revision purposes,
Yeah.
can you tell us what we need to do?
The house is looking very good, but first things first. We entered, there was no disinfectant at the door. So the best thing for me, first thing, we start with a foot bath at the door.
So we go back.
I mean, let's just start from there, yeah? Okay. So as I said, we're going to have a foot bath here. So we can make it very simple. Just get a small basin and then you cut it into half. So this, having the sponge, is going to act as our foot bath for today, yeah?
Yes.
So we're going to put a disinfectant. Today we recommend Coopercide
Yes.
as a disinfectant here. First of all, you know, before you start working like that, you need to wear your protective clothing, yeah? So most important, to always have your protective clothing because the chemical can corrode your skin, it's harmful. And then we're going to measure 100 ml of this Coopercide in 10 liters of water, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So you just have these. So always to ensure that whenever you're coming inside the poultry house, you just have your feet fully disinfected properly. The sponge is helping you to avoid too much of waste. So you do that as you enter inside the poultry house, okay? And whenever you're coming out, you should also do the same thing.
How often can we change this solution?
Ideally, it should stay for 2 weeks before you change. But now it will depend upon how dirty it gets. You can choose to do it every week, but it is best working for 14 days. The second part we're going to have is we're going to disinfect the house.
Yes.
As Mzee had mentioned, we had an issue with the birds,
Yes.
and now we want to ensure that the disease is fully eradicated. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you clean, and now we want to bring in new litter. You want to bring in new cages for the birds to lay eggs. We need to disinfect all the places, and we are going to use still the same concentration of this Coopercide in the pump. We spray the house together with the litter to ensure better efficacy and to ensure that the diseases are well controlled in the poultry house. The most important thing is you need to know how many birds are going to fit in this particular house. So for the birds in layers in a deep litter, we recommend you have 6 to 7 birds per square meter. Since we have done the housing, you know now you don't need to stock as many birds in an area because they tend to be together overcrowded. Then you have cases of cannibalism. They start eating on each other, which is not a good aspect. You get competition for food, competition for light, and even competition for water. Then you have birds which are not doing well, others which are doing very well.
Survival.
The other aspect of the house that you need to consider is the ventilation. When there is too much ammonia, then the birds suffer from a lot of respiratory diseases. And then that will call for a farmer again to incur more cost in going to buy medicine to treat the birds. So we need to know our 50 birds can fit in here very well. We can increase them to another 50 birds to fit in this very house that we have.
Now that we've disinfected the new house and we have a foot bath, it's time to bring in the chicken.
Chicken cook, Hey, Prob, well done, guys, but we need to go for a break now.
Can't you see I'm busy?
You do this after the break.
Do it yourself.
Okay, I'll see you after the break. That's Prob for you. See you later.
Wow, this is really nice.
They are loving it. Welcome
Welcome back.
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We're in Kakunyu village in Masaka, and we're visiting Francis Ssemakula and his son, Innocent.
We've seen how to rid Francis's coffee of weeds and helped him transfer his chicken to a new disinfected house.
We are now going to see how we can protect his chickens from diseases and make his cow more fertile. Francis lost 150 chickens to a disease called gumboro, and he doesn't want it to happen again. So What can he do to protect his chicken? Let's hear it from our expert, Michael Omol from CKL Africa.
This is a disease that we can link to one, hygiene, and also the pests. Mostly the wild birds, we say they are carriers of diseases, which them they cannot suffer from, but your birds can suffer from them. It is important to control rats or mice around the farm. If anything, they are the major carriers of diseases. It is important to control beetles. They are small beetles that always get to be there. And as you saw, when we were putting the husk there, there was a frog together with them. So such kind of pest, we need to really control them. And that's why it's good. First, whatever is coming in the house has to be disinfectant. You need to disinfect your hands. You need to disinfect your feet. You yourself, you should be clean. You need to wear clean clothes. And most importantly, you need to always have the foot bath with you to control the diseases when you're entering. Now, there are other diseases which are called viral diseases. Viral diseases such as gumboro, fall typhoid, and the most important thing for them is what we call vaccination, which as a farmer, the moment you introduce your birds to the farm, you need to have that vaccination regime. You know, after this amount of time, I am supposed to vaccinate my birds against Newcastle, against gumboro, against fall typhoid.
To protect your chicken, vaccinate them against gumboro and Newcastle disease. The first dose on day 1, the second dose at 2 weeks, the third dose at 6 to 8 weeks, and the fourth dose at 16 to 18 weeks. For fall typhoid, you have to vaccinate the first dose at 6 to 8 weeks, the second dose at 12 to 14 weeks.
When I go to Masaka to bring the vaccine, sometimes some come with the dead chicken. So when I bring that vaccine, then don't I come with that?
It's very true. And that's why we recommend whatever that is going to come inside the poultry bird, be it a person, be it an object, be it the vaccine itself, it should be disinfected. The other aspect that we need to look at in terms of the health of the birds is one, nutrition and feeding. So what I will maybe ask Mr. Francis is, what exactly are you feeding your birds?
I buy maize brine, fish, soya, cotton, sometimes lime.
Okay.
Calculate the ratios.
The ratios. Wow.
And do the mixing.
Which is a very good thing, because now he has enough in terms of energy from the maize bran. Then you're getting some amount of protein from the fish meal and also from the cotton seed cake. What the birds need to form muscles, to make eggs, and also to remain as healthy as they would. I will tell Mzee Francis, there are other aspects we call microelements. There is a product called Diamond V. This product is well fortified with B vitamins and also vitamin A. So it's a good product to always incorporate in your feeds to help, one, boost the immunity of the birds, and also two, to help the birds convert their feeds properly. You can always mix it in the feed. This is a 1.2 kilogram tin, which can go in 1 ton of feed. For you, let's say you always mix about 100 kilograms. So we recommend you mix 6 tablespoons in 100 kilograms of feed whenever you're feeding.
You talked about using this disinfectant. Can you mix it in the water for the birds to drink?
It is very good. It is a disinfectant which can be used in drinking water. We always have the water and even the feed contaminated with bacteria, and mainly salmonella and what we call aspergillus. So in water, you are always advised to put Coopercide. We recommend 10 ml of Coopercide in 30 liters of water. And we recommend at least to have it 2 days in a week. So 2 days in a week, you cut it, but you can always have your water with the disinfectant so that you're having clean and sterile water for the birds to drink.
Very useful, I can't say, although I knew a lot, but I got more. When the chickens got Gomboro, I thought of getting new ones. This was an abnormal situation. I didn't get it before, but I was surprised. Always things do change. How they used to be last year are not the same as this year.
Francis's other source of income is his one Frisian cow, which gives him a whopping 30 to 40 liters of milk a day. Our expert from CKL Africa, Ronald Nwajira, is impressed and wants to find out more.
I would also like to ask the farmer if he's adding anything or this cow is just giving him 30 to 40 liters from only the natural grasses it is feeding.
Our supplements have salt, some concentrates, like soya, cotton
syndicate,
maize bran,
yes,
and sometimes prime leek, salt, mazua, or mixing in it.
So that is very good. Since this is a zero grazing cow, it is not moving anywhere because they are carrying food and bringing it here. So it is very important to supplement it with that mineral block so that it can remain in its good shape.
Mr. Ssemakula, what are your challenges?
So it takes long to come to heat after producing. It is almost 2 years since.
Oh.
Yes. It has been served 5 times. Those 2 times it has produced. They were bulls.
So if the cow is fed and what is being fed on, the nutrients are not balanced, and if it's lacking some of the nutrients, it will also affect and it will not come on heat. Then as Samariza was telling you that we talked of the minerals. Here you can, when your cow is ready to go on heat, you can also give it this mineral. It is called Maclic Plus. It has some of the nutrients which are good, the calcium, magnesium, and which also help this cow to come on heat. You can just give 200 grams, you put it in the maize bran.
The amount I want.
With essential minerals like calcium, phosphorus, zinc, cobalt, and selenium, Maclic Plus will help Francis's cow to come on heat and get pregnant more easily. And that is what we want.
Then there was another point that I wanted to talk was toxins. You are feeding the banana peelings. For example, the maize bran, we have those aflatoxins. Those toxins, they only disorganize the cow by causing the liver not function very well, by causing necrosis of the ovary, and at the end of the day, they affect your cow not to conceive. Therefore, you can give this cow 1 tablespoon per day in those feed that you are giving. You mix it in the feed. This is a toxin binder.
Mr. Ssemakula earlier mentioned that even after it's been served, it still gives him bulls instead of heifers.
So when we are using AI, we have 2 types of semen that we use.
Okay.
One, we have a type of semen that we call convectional. Once you inseminate it to your cow, the probability is 50-50. Either I will get a bull or I will get a heifer. Then we have another type of semen which you are sure of what you are going to get. We called sexed semen. It has a particular type of sex that you want. Therefore, if you want a heifer, Mr. Ssemakula, you buy a sexed semen. You are sure that you are going to get a heifer.
Mr. Ssemakula, problem solved.
But very expensive.
Once you get that sexed semen and you get a heifer from this, they normally say the heifer will produce more milk than the mother.
Big milker.
I'm going to invest and get a sexed semen. It is already a project now. And from today, in the next 3 months, so that everything is changed here. Everything must be shaped up now.
I think our job here is done, Frob. Our farmer is on a roll and will follow our experts' advice.
Innocent, his son, has also taken notes and says he has learned a lot. No wonder Francis calls him my future.
Mr. Ssemakula,
Hello?
our work here is done and we must go now.
Oh.
No, but we wish you all the best.
Okay.
And,
We will see you very soon.
very, yes.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Tune in next time on Shamba Shape Up Uganda. I love this country.